Welcome to the Security Middle East studio, where we bring you the latest industry insights from global leaders and experts in the security industry. Today, I'm joined by Craig Schutte, who is the Executive Vice President for APAC and IMEA at Gallagher Security. Gallagher has just established a direct Middle East entity, including a new Dubai office and training hub. I'm really looking forward to hearing more about Gallagher's commitment in the region, and we'll get all of that information from Craig. Good afternoon, Craig. How are things with you over on the east coast of Australia?
Really good, thanks. It's great to catch up with you again.
Most definitely. It's a pleasure to have you here, Craig, and appreciate your time. Now, I just mentioned that you've opened this new Middle East entity. Can you tell our audience at home why now is the right time for Gallagher to move from that distributor-led model to having your own setup in the region?
The Middle East has matured, and it's important for Gallagher. Over the past 20 years, we've had sustained growth, and establishing a direct Gallagher presence allows us to work closer with our channel partners and customers, investing obviously directly with the local capability and strengthen our long-term commitments in the region. It's a natural evolution, really, and the office that we've opened will bring us much closer and allow us to invest further.
For sure. I mean, you mentioned that it's obviously a big part of the transition for Gallagher. How does this fit into your global growth strategy as well?
We see huge opportunities across the Middle East, from Saudi Arabia, UAE, Egypt, and the border regions out there, and the demand for integrated security platforms, cybersecurity convergence, operational resilience, and critical infrastructure protection is only going to grow. And we see huge demand for this, and we couldn't do this from a distance, so this makes a lot of sense.
Perfect. Now, obviously, Gallagher is already very well established in the Middle East, Craig. How are you ensuring continuity for your customers and for your partners during this transition period?
The region continues to invest heavily in critical infrastructure and governance. And by having our office in Silicon Oasis in Dubai, allows us to have a hub where we'll have training centers. We're going to expand fairly quickly. Our staff that we have will grow from 5 to about 20 within the next year. So that investment we're making will allow us to service not only Dubai, but especially Saudi.
Fantastic. And Craig, you've already mentioned critical infrastructure quite a few times. Outside of that, what are the other key industry sectors that Gallagher is really seeing a lot of opportunity in right now?
I think, really looking ahead, the growth opportunities exist across international markets, but the Middle East will become a hub for that future success. And the region combines strong economic investment and ambitious development programs, as you know. And the new entity positions Gallagher, I think, not only from a Middle East perspective, but also from a global base.
Fantastic. Now, you mentioned that the new office will be at the Dubai Silicon Oasis. How do you think this is really going to work in favor of Gallagher's regional capabilities?
Well, the current structure that we have has worked well for us the last 20 years, but it isn't strong enough to service what we need to do. So having a proper office and training center and experience hub at Silicon Oasis will allow our key partners to actually visit Gallagher, whereas before we were actually outward bound, where we actually flew to various regions a lot more, and very little contact, I would say, with the partners and customers at a central base.
And just how important are these channel partners to Gallagher's long-term strategy in the region?
They're vital to our success. It's the same template really that we use all over the world, and the investments from marketing, training, onboarding, enablement is key with the channel partners, and it's a vessel to the market. We've always used the same structure, so the more support we can actually give our channel, the stronger our end users will actually be as well.
Now, Craig, we all know that Gallagher has been in the Middle East region for a long time, over 20 years now, in fact. What sort of lessons have Gallagher learned in the Middle East over the past 20 years that will shape the next chapter in the region for you?
The Middle East is unique, and that's why we're investing in the Middle East. It's culture, the different regions all have their nuances and their challenges. And unless you investing and you're actually demonstrating that you're based in the Middle East, it's very, very hard to service those regions, I believe.
Wonderful. Now let's talk trends, innovation, landscape, Craig. What are the key trends that are shaping your customer requirements in the Middle East right now? And then how is Gallagher responding to help its customers adapt to ever-evolving challenges?
Yeah, the customers, I think, are increasingly focused on resilience, cybersecurity, critical infrastructure, as I mentioned earlier, mobile credentials, operational efficiencies, and future-ready platforms. Organizations really want solutions that not only improve security, but also deliver those measurable business values as well.
Thank you, Craig. Now, last but not least, let's cast ahead to the future. Looking forward, what are the key growth opportunities that you see for Gallagher in the Middle East region, and how important will the Middle East be for your global strategy as well?
Besides our actual partnerships and our customers, first off, I'll start with the leadership and the teams that we're building in the Middle East that will actually support our technology sector. So, the cyber side and AI and the access side that Gallagher is involved in will strengthen our strategy going forward. And the commitments we're making with our high performance teams need to be embedded with those channel partners. So really, it's supporting and stepping up with our ambitions and actually growing the region with Gallagher and the technology that we have.
Excellent. Thank you, Craig. It's been really good to get these insights at a really exciting time for Gallagher as well, with the opening of the new office and the new training facility, really showcasing its commitment to the Middle East and the current partners and customers you have there. So, Craig, thank you again very much for taking the time out of your day to talk to us about this. And we're really excited to see what the future holds for Gallagher in the Middle East region.
Yeah, that's been great speaking to you. Thanks.